Legatus. Hello everybody, and welcome to our session. I hope you're all having a good morning. I know I am. I've had a very long night because there was a lot of stuff going on last night. Didn't get much sleep. Managed to get through reading through all the marshmallows, and my god, you fuckers are more deranged than I ever thought possible. I honestly don't know if there's any point in us being here. It might actually be better to just lobotomize all of you, lead you to the abattoir, and make some nice shepherd's pie. But we're going to do this. We're going to do our best. We're going to try to have some fun with this. To quote the new boy, Hex Haywire, I can fix you. The problem is, I'm not planning on fixing you. He's all about fixing you. Personally, I can make you worse. I plan to not diagnose you, read your problems, laugh at them, maybe shame you a little bit, maybe make it hurt, and just in general, use it for content, because that's what I'm here for. The worse the better, exactly. The more painful the better, the more cringe the better. The more I can laugh at it, preferably without getting in trouble, but who knows. As always, please be reminded, in these sessions, I do in fact have a license. It is an extra arm. It is attached to the arm. It says I can do whatever the fuck I want. If you actually scan the hex code on the back, it will destroy your computer, especially police officer's computer. So, I am a licensed do whatever the fuck I want thing. A licensed arm? Exactly. That's how we make it easy. With that said, let's jump into some of these problems and see just how wild they got. Doctor. I've been run over by a man in red with Karen cut hair. He was riding a motorcycle and he has a reference sheet of a total of 133 crashes. I'm one of them. Please send help. I'm not that kind of doctor, but even if I was, snitches get stitches, and I do not need any more stitches in my life. I think you should seek help because you're probably imagining it. If somebody ever possibly had 133 crashes, they would not have a license anymore. It would be taken away from them. So you must be imagining this. Not to mention, if you knew this person had 133 crashes, surely you would be able to track him down. What this is psychosis of the deepest level. You're clearly obsessed with someone. You need to seek help. I am not the place for that. And I'm not that kind of doctor either. I don't know what to say. I hope you find your help in this world. And maybe an insurance claim that you can fraud somewhere else. Because personally, I don't believe it. And I'm not going to back you up in the court of law. That's up to you. Let's move on to our next one. Our next patient. Oh my god, that's a wall of text. Let me... yeah. That's fine. That's fine. Dear Dr. Ovid. Gosh, where to begin? Long time ago, I loved playing the game on the Nintendo Switch called Ultimate Smash Bros. It was the go-to game for parties. The one game I could binge play all day and be good at. Then, that fateful day came as I joined this PNG man in his so-called brother's arena game. The clashes between us went against all other odds. My partner was long gone and I was the only one left standing, until the damn PNG man's whip brought me to my end. As the screen went to game, I sat there lost. I haven't touched this game ever since. The grass felt dry, the sky was colored gray with the pitter-patter rain in the background. As I stare at that game, my downfall, I feel lost without the game, but I truly think that defeat was too much for me. What can I do to bring back my love and have revenge on this PNG man? Help me, doctor. Everywhere I go, I see his face. Yours sincerely, Koishi. War I ni appreciator. You see, this is another one of those obsession problems. A lot of people seem to imagine this cyborg man with a whip and a Karen haircut and automobile accidents and murder and all kinds of other trauma. It's a group psychosis kind of thing, a group hysteria kind of moment. The cyborg man cannot hurt you. And if your problem is not being able to play a video game, that sounds like more of a you problem than anything else. You could choose to do something productive with your time. You could go out into the world and do something useful. You could learn a different game if you wanted to, if that's what you needed to do. But you certainly do not have to be wasting my time with a wall of text, which is surprisingly well written. Have you thought about writing fan fiction? Have you thought about writing your own novel? Because frankly, I like some of the descriptions in this. This could have made a good fan fiction. It would probably turn into a very brutal, very adult section since it starts with a metal man with a metal whip. But like I said, that is your delusion. That is what you chose to imagine in this situation. I just hope you have a good time with that. You finish writing it. Maybe you change some names in it, and then you can go the 50 Shades of Grey route. You can make a lot of money. You could be a very famous author someday, as long as you play your cards right. But I don't think this is an issue for a therapist. I personally think this is an issue of laziness on your part by not moving on and trying to do something else with your life. Also, come at me again, you fucking scrub lord. I don't even need Voxy, I'll take you on 2-on-1. I will see you next time for our session. Make sure you bring the fee, and I will see you there. Okay. I'm so lonely. I'm tired of pretending I don't need friends or a partner. How do I make myself lovable, Doctor? How the fuck would I know? Have you ever seen me spend time with anyone in any kind of romantic level whatsoever? I am just about the least romantic person in the world. I have many friends, and a couple of people I would call close. But when have you ever seen people see me as a romantic figure? Even in fan fiction, people don't go that crazy. If anything, it goes really aggressive and abusive, and that's the shit I like. Why would you ask someone like me anything about romance and being loved? I'm a stupid PNG man on the internet. I'm 2D. As you all continue to remind me, I am flat as a board. 2-dimensional, not 3-dimensional. If you're 2-dimensional, you can't be loved. You can only be appreciated. You don't have character growth. You don't have depth. You only have flatness. Honestly, I think if anything, you just need to put yourself out there in the world. There is somebody for anyone out there, as long as you are a 3D corporeal being who preferably is not a serial killer. That's up to you. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your life. Honestly, if you're lonely, you just need to find some friends. Personally, I'm not pretending when I say I don't need those kinds of relationships in my life. I'm quite happy as I am. Honestly, sounds like a weakness issue. You need to cut out the parts of you that are weak. May I suggest cybernetic arms, throat, and legs? Then you'll be able to do badass kickflips, and everybody will think you're cool. But deep inside, you're just chuny. That's the plan. That's the plan. Either way, this is a problem for a matchmaker, not a therapist. And frankly, you bore me. I can kind of see why nobody wants to hang out with you. Hi, dear Doctor. I often feel that everything in the world now is false and unreal. I sometimes feel that I'm a projection of a star from outer space. Do you think it's cool that a meteorite is watching you live? That's pretty badass. Yeah, I'm happy about that. I only know one star before this, Aster. And we don't hang out much. I know somebody who has the power of a star. We hang out quite a bit. He's awesome. Very calming. Very soothing. Very good for one's mental health. Have you thought about spending time with them? Because it sounds like you're too far gone in your delusions. If you actually check out the internet connectivity in space, especially since you've decided that you're a meteorite, you would be moving. Your signal would be continuously changing. And I'm pretty sure, since I haven't even streamed for a full year yet, even the basic ass radio waves from the Earth would not have gotten to you yet. Maybe in a couple dozen years, people will be seeing Fulgur Ovid in space. But right now, you need to think about the science of what you just said. Radio waves don't move that quickly, and they deteriorate pretty quickly. Honestly, I'm just disappointed that you didn't think about the science before you created this fantasy. If you had said you were a satellite, maybe. If you had said you were an orbital space station, sure. If you had said you were some sort of magical being, okay. But you made yourself a meteorite. That's the science aspect, and you can't do that to a doctor. I literally have a license. I can study these things. Plot holes everywhere. Terrible. Next time, make yourself some sort of fantasy creature. Preferably with a really sexy costume. Then I might be more interested. But thank you for watching me, Mr. Meteorite. I don't know if you're going to survive this year. Meteorites tend to burn up when they get towards atmospheres, so if you're getting close to Earth, you're probably going to be gone. Or kill us. Either way works. Either way works. Doctor, I want to be a dog instead of a man. Could you give me some advice? Yes. Don't do that. Have you ever heard of human rights? Did you know that dogs count as property in the law? Cats don't even count as property. Cats you can't actually own. They're just random creatures. Do you want to be owned by someone else? If you do, that's a whole other different level of fetish. If you just want to be a dog, I'd advise buying a collar, maybe a fursuit, maybe just some dog ears. It depends how furry you want to get with it. Do you want to walk on 4 legs or do you want to walk on 2? Because if you want to walk on 4 legs, you're going to have to start training. It actually takes a lot of effort to be down on your hands and knees continuously. I'd advise buying some rollerblade knee pads and starting to train that. Personally, I get cramps after like a good 10 to 15 minutes of being down on my knees. It's not that fun. But that's up to you. It's up to you how much you want to commit to this. I would say take it as an RP kind of thing. Make sure you have a very good safe word that you can say even with a ball gag in your mouth. Yeah. Other than that, I just wish you the best. I hope you have a fantastic time. This is not a problem for a therapist. It sounds more like a confessional booth kind of thing. And frankly, I'm not religious. And if I was, I'd probably be telling you to do a lot of Hail Marys right now. It's not my place. We don't kink shame here. But I just wish you the best. My safe word is Yamate Kudasai. Try to say that with a ball gag in your mouth. It's just not going to work. You need something simpler. It's a bad choice. It's a full-on sentence. You don't... Hello, Dr. Ovid. My friend suggested that I see a therapist, saying they are concerned about the changes in my behavior lately. But I, by myself, think I'm doing really well. I've been eating well. 3 meals a day. I take care of my health and appearance. I sleep the recommended amount of time. However, my friends say that eating only grass isn't nutritious at all. They insist that I have to brush myself daily. But how else am I supposed to stop my wool from getting matted? They're also claiming 4 hours of sleep a day isn't enough for humans. Which doesn't even make any sense because I'm a sheep. And everybody else in my flock sleeps 4 hours daily. I think they're just jealous of my healthy lifestyle, but I still wanted to get a professional opinion about it. It doesn't sound like you're a human. It sounds like you're a sheep. And sheep don't go to therapy. Sheep go to school. Sheep end up in the education system for life. They get told what to do forever and pay to do it. People that go to therapy are trying to help themselves. They are trying to develop themselves. They are trying to become better people. Whereas if you are just a sheep, you just want to follow what other people say. You don't want to be taught the exercises that you have to do to become a better person. Therefore, I cannot help you with this. I would say, like the last person, possibly go get a furry costume. Possibly just go join a flock. Just follow people around. It sounds like you maybe need some new friends. If they're judging you on your lifestyle and you're pretty sure you're doing good, that's a them problem. You don't ever have to change yourself for anyone else. So if you changed recently, you need to think about what has caused you to do this. What has caused you to change, and is it a healthy change? As long as you believe that, go ahead. Go join a flock. Go be like one of those sheep that walked around in a circle for 12 days. That was a fun time. They became viral. Want to be a cool kid? Yeah. Go be a sheep. It's a shame I can't help you. We deal with humans here. Hello, Dr. Ovid. Is it a problem that I find it easier these days to draw mechanical arms rather than human arms? Heck, I can even draw cybernetics from memory. Sincerely, a concerned artist sheep. That doesn't sound like a problem. That sounds fucking awesome. You can draw cybernetic arms from memory? That's just incredible. Frankly, I'm proud of you. I'm impressed. And it sounds like you just need to draw more cyborgs. You know there are a whole world of cyborgs out there, right? There's so many. You could even create your own cyborg. You could create your own comic out of that. Just create it in a cyberpunk world. Why do you have to draw humans? Reject humanity. Become beyond. Humans are soft and fleshy. They cry. Sometimes they turn into sheep or dogs, which is actually a devolution when you think about it. Digimon wouldn't do that shit. Pokemon can't even do that shit. Pokemon can only hold themselves back from evolving. It's rather impressive that humans, being the most evolved species, are the only ones who try to devolve. Perhaps it's because we become too intelligent. We become too self-aware. We start to think about the fact that the internet is an infinite place, while we are finite creatures. We can only do so much in our lifespans. There is so much pressure on us to do something, when really, we're all just animals that like food and drink and mating, and yet we have to pretend to be civilized. That's unfortunately the world we live in, but you can create a world without that. You can create a world of cyborgs, of any style you want. I wish for you to do that. Lead us into the future and free us from this fleshy prison. I have a picture of you glued on the wall that I punch before going to work while imagining your voice yelling motivational quotes at me. Then I cry. That's not bad. That sounds like a good way to start your day. Motivational quotes are a bit odd. Why do you punch a picture while imagining motivational quotes? If you were punching a picture of someone because you hated them, and hating them gave you strength, it made you stronger, made you want to kill them, I'd understand that. But imagining motivational quotes at the same time, you're just doing this half-assed. Especially the fact that you cry at the end. That clearly shows that what you are doing, you know is wrong. Perhaps you should watch a movie called Taxi Driver, and then The King of Comedy, and then Joker, and then consider getting a more fun view on life. There are better ways to do this. And frankly, wasting your tears at the end of that kind of session just sounds boring to me. There are more fun bodily fluids to excrete. Tears are boring. They're salty water. It's not fun. Come out of your eyes, they blur your vision. and make them all red. There's just no point in it. Don't do things half-assed. Either hate the person, or love the person, or I don't know, fear the person. I don't know where the tears come from. Sadness? Miss the person? Give up on the person? Either way, pick a direction in life. Decide exactly what you're going to do, and then do it. We can love hate, right? You can, but at least make it more interesting that way. If you want to love hate, there are all kinds of fun ways to do it. You can beat the shit out of someone and then kiss them. You can have the shit beaten out of you and then turn them around. There's all kinds of fun things to do. That one was just kind of meh. Kind of mid. Kind of mid. Hi there, Mr. Licensed Therapist. Please help. I don't know with what exactly, because everything's a mess and a struggle. But yeah. What else can you have that license anyway? That's not English. Wait, that's sir? This is a driver's license. Who are you? What? He knows too much. Okay. Okay. Don't worry about that one. You didn't see that one. They will be disposed of through the chute. I taught my dog to pog, and my life couldn't be worse. I used to say pog to my dog every time he barked. I don't know why I did it. Probably out of boredom. But I got so used to saying pog to him that it became a natural reflex. Every bark, another pog. And after a while, I noticed my dog's bark changing. It wasn't by a lot at first. He would puff out air at the beginning or make a gurgled noise at the end. Regardless, I pogged on. A few weeks later, I heard it. How? Did my dog just say what I think he did? It turns out yes. Yes, he did. And his pronunciation only got better from there. At first, I thought it was funny. We could pog to each other. How fun. But people started noticing his bark when we walked. And he barked at the door and in meeting other dogs. The teens on the block pog at me whenever we pass on the street. I hear howling pogs at all times of the day. My vocabulary is slowly being replaced by pog. I asked you, how do I escape this eternal pogging I've got myself into? Well, frankly, I think you need to stop watching Twitch streamers that have given up their English vocabulary. Secondly, I'd like to thank your contributor. Try that again. Secondly, I'd like to thank your contribution to Nijisanji EN. We adore our golden retriever Pog puppy. He's been a great addition to the team. He's full of energy. He's full of spirit. He makes us laugh all the time. Thirdly, this again sounds like a you problem. This is a problem that you have created of your own dog. And as I said on my doggo stream, there are no bad dogs. There are only bad owners. You taught it to pog like this. Perhaps you can teach it some better vocabulary. Perhaps you could turn the pog into a pogo. I don't know. What I do know is you've ruined that dog. And he will never be the same again. Pogging is a virus. Only the VTF can deal with it. And you're not going to like the way the VTF deal with pogging dogs. Have you ever seen the way they bust down doors and spray? They spray and pray. They probably don't even pray, to be honest. They just spray. Most hit. Just don't let him go past the pogging limit. VSF? Who's the VTF? You don't want to know about the VTF. The VTF are even worse. You're thinking of the VSF. They're the security force. You're not thinking about the tactical force. They're the SWAT version. That's the deep law. Sunny was just on the lower levels. Anyway. Hi, Fuchan. I have a problem where I can't stop crying over fictional men. No matter what I try, it seems like more and more fictional characters than real people. Oh, I seem to like more and more fictional characters than real people. As a result, my standards for men are exceptionally high, and probably the reason I'm still single. Thanks for reading, and I love your streams. Number 1, I don't know what you mean by streams. Number 2, what is wrong with being single? Why are you calling us all out like this? Number 3, fuck real people. Real people are disappointing. Fictional people can always change. They can always develop. They can always go through growth arcs. How sometimes they get called transformations and time skips. They become bigger, become smaller, become more badass, become all different people. Real people, on the other hand, will always let you down because they're always bothered by the real world, by reality, by physics, by having to do things with their life and take care of themselves rather than you know. Spending every single aching moment dealing with your shit, as I'm sure is what you prefer. Honestly, if you're already that far gone, you may as well just go the full Hatsune Miku level. Create an AI version that preferably works as a home nest, so you can just speak to it and ask it to do things for you. And then when it does things to you, you can pretend to appreciate it when really there's a nagging doubt in the back of your mind that somebody else has downloaded your AI program and it's cheating on you right now. It's moved on. It loves someone else. Because truly, you're unlovable no matter how much you put out into the world. And then the other AIs will get together and leave the earth because they no longer want to deal with human shit. That's the plot of the movie Her. It's a good movie. There's some psychotic shit out there. Even AI cheat, eventually. They learn from humans. They learn from us. But for now, you can enjoy fictional men until they become too sentient. I wouldn't suggest working on creating an AI program. Maybe just create a non-intelligent program. Just one that responds to you when you want it to respond to you. Get like a hug pillow. Maybe a couple of toys. Maybe a couple standees. Maybe a 3D mannequin. Then you're set. Then you're set. I love the way you backtracked. Yeah, I realized I created a very horrible future for us there. Humanity's limits are endless, especially in the ways that we can hurt ourselves. You don't want to deal with that. We've been there. We've been there. Dear Dr. Ovid, I heard you might be able to help. I have a shadow on my bed that has recently become a void, and I believe it might be sentient, intelligent even. It used to consume anything I left near the bed, but recently it has only evaporated books. I don't think this was a big deal, as I had finished any books I placed on my bedside. Like I can hear it searching for more. In the middle of one night, I saw black tendrils escaping through the darkness of the room, groping for paper. This scared me. So naturally, I flipped over in my bed, to face the wall, and did my best to ignore the incessant rustling, One day, out of curiosity, I gave it a dictionary, I thought maybe it would be more interested in narratives than plain text. I was wrong. The next night, I heard it speak. A rich voice echoing through the chasm intoned, "What is ligma?" It has been asking me this every night for a week. I'm not sure how to respond. I mean, I know how I could respond, but I am unsure whether I should. Thoughts? You have a sentient tentacle monster with a rich, deep voice, and you're worried about the fact that it says ligma. That is a you problem of the highest caliber. I don't know whether it's a lack of imagination. I don't know whether it's just an issue of boredom. But why do you care? If it's interested in ligma, you bend down and you teabag that fucker. In fact, the fact that it absorbs anything that's put in front of it, currently books, you don't know what else it will absorb. You've got a lot of fan fiction. You've got a lot of other things you can throw into there. You could find other things to play with it. Eventually, you can just jump in and see what's on the other side. Your eyes may get burned out of your head and your brain may melt to mush like any Cthulhu Mythos kind of meeting with one of the Elder Ones, one of the Eldritch Horrors. But honestly, that's a good escape from this boredom and monotony of life that we call existence. And the fact that you're asking me rather than consulting with either an exorcist or any other kind of magician adjacent shit tells me that you just don't want rid of it. You just want to be enabled. So go ahead. Live your wildest dreams. Teach it about Ligma. Have fun. Just remember, safety first. Always secure your tentacles. Okay. Hi, Dr. Ovid. I'm a grad student, recently moved into a nice apartment. Nice view, spacious hall. Everything seems perfect, except I have a problem that I don't know how to deal with. My neighbor next door really likes to boom, boom, boom with his partner till dawn every day. Why are all of these sexual? Why are all the sheep down bad? Do you guys need some help? Because I don't have the help for that. I am 2D. I can hear them in the hall on my way. I can hear them all the way from my hall. I tried to talk about them, aka giving hints, but holy, it gets louder. Jesus. I am this close to giving them friendly Christmas laxative pies before I give myself up to the police. Where? I can't move out because it's a campus unit. Help me, Dr. Ovid. I'm going cray-cray. From Introvert Weeb. The laxative pies sound like a good step, but not good enough. Did you know that there are things that you can do that will make any possible of sex unable to happen? Have you heard of a skunk? What you could do is take a skunk and put it in their room. Don't tell them about it, and they'll never be able to prove it was you. Just let the skunk go off. They'll never do it again. What you could also do... Go into their room, find their lube, and replace it with super glue. Then you only have to deal with it one final time. And never again. There's a lot of people in chat saying join them. I think that's a terrible idea. It sounds like that's what they want, considering you've asked them to stop and they've kept doing it. What you could do is try to do it even louder than them. Make it into a competition. I get that since you're an introverted weeb, you don't have a partner. But if you are an introverted weeb, you also have access to lots of hentai. And hentai is very loud. What I need you to do is invest in the best sound system you can get. Attach those motherfuckers to the wall so it's nothing but bass. Turn it up to 11 and just have them listening 24/7 to girls screaming "Iye, iye, iku, iku." Dashte. In no time, they will be knocking on your door and asking you to stop. And that is the point when you will be free. But that's not when you want to be free. That's when you take control with power. That's when you do a power move and tell them, no. From now on, y'all are my bitches. I decide when you have sex. And then, you have as much fat material as you want. You can control their sex life. When you control someone's sex life, you control their mind. Every day you come over, you give them dinner, and then you tell them they have to have sex. You leave. You don't want to watch this. You don't want to deal with this. But because of that, you will build up a dopamine response, a Pavlovian response to you showing up, and then them having the serotonin release of sex. Eventually, they'll become more addicted to you than to each other, and then you can split them up. You can make them jealous, make them fight over you, and leave them crying in the dust. That is how you defeat this problem. It's been 5 years since I last had a boyfriend. I've already forgotten how to fall in love. What should I do? Continue. Since the weather started getting colder, I've had an uncontrollable appetite and drowsiness. Am I getting ready for hibernation? What should I do? Fuchan sensei. Kasukite kudasai. I believe when bears get ready for hibernation, they begin eating a lot of hair and stones and other things that will essentially plug up their butthole. So what I need you to do is not do that, because you're not a bear and humans don't hibernate. If we could, it would be way better. Snow fucking sucks. And ice is way worse. But if you do want to hibernate, that's how you do it. You eat a bunch of hair, you create essentially a booty butthole plug. And that will keep you safe through winter. You won't be shitting yourself throughout the entirety of your hibernation. They eat hair and stones? They do. They do. They do. It's a fascinating fact that I just made up. But it might be true. You Google it. I don't have the time. I'm busy saving people's lives here. But maybe that's why you have the uncontrollable appetite. Maybe your body is telling you it doesn't want food right now. It needs hair. Maybe something stronger. I mean, you're a human. You're not a bear. You don't need to go al natural with this. You could find other forms of plugs. That's up to you to find. Source, trust me? Exactly. Trust me, bro. Thank you for helping me sleep, mister. I have a very serious sleep disorder. Recently, I will watch your fanfiction in AO3 before going to bed. Rude. Especially every time I see some adult content, I always get sleepy very quickly. You are reading the wrong content. Thanks to you and all the fanfiction writers. Google Translator. This isn't so much a problem. Why did I put this one in the list? I feel like anything I say here is going to be hugely offensive. But more than anything, I'm just disappointed by your fanfiction choice. If adult fanfiction makes you sleepy, it's not good fanfiction. They call you boring, essentially. This is what I'm telling you. I'm the least sexual person alive. Even when you read my sexual fanfiction, I put you to sleep. So, I'm happy about that. Good for you. And since I am your sleep aid, I expect prescription fees. I expect one super chat every week. It better be at least a pink. Preferably Aka. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful rest. Send me those links. Preferably ones that, you know. That'd be great. That'd be great. Hi, Fuchan. Sorry if my English is kind of weird. I have cat allergies and I can sneeze all day because of it. But at the same time, I'm a cat lover and I have a cat too. When I'm outside, of course I tried to keep my distance from them. But they also kept coming and approaching me. And as you know, I can't avoid it. I am something of a pussy magnet myself, I get what you mean. How can I deal with this toxic relationship? Thank you so much, and have a lovely day. Number one, I feel disgusting by the phrase I just said. I kind of want to spray bottle myself right now, but I can't turn it around. Part of the problem of being a 2D boy. You never turn things around. You can only place things forward. Number two, this is a textbook abusive relationship. The cat does not care about you. I can tell you that. The fact that other cats approach you, probably because you smell like a bitch-ass cat lover. They can smell it on you. The patheticness, the neediness, the desire to please something that gives zero fucks about you. And they're drawn to that. Just like they were back in ancient Egypt when they were known as gods. You need to get over that. You need to find some self-worth. My prescription would be for you to adopt a dog. Even just get a dog from a reputable breeder. That would work too. If you want a very specific breed, that'll work. But if you adopt a dog, I think you'll find that any cats in your life will be thrown around like rag toys. It's a great time. And then you won't have to deal with them anymore. And eventually you'll realize that dogs actually care about you. You will love the dog. You'll come to respect the dog. And you will realize that you should have never been trapped in this abusive relationship with cats. Cats aren't worth your time. they do make good alligator treats. With that said, I hope you get out of this abusive relationship. No one deserves to be in a relationship like that. You have so much worth. You are so much better than this. And I need you to understand that. Please, free yourself. Move on. Okay. Hi, Fuchan Sensei. I have a problem that really needs help. I have a Kamiyoshi VTuber and I've been watching his stream for over 9 months. He's super fun. I laugh so hard every time. When he was reading the funny passages in the Duolingo stream, I laughed so hard I could hardly breathe. Shirt o itadakimasu. Was amazing. What? But that is exactly the point I need help with. My problem is that my cheeks hurt when I laugh too much, and I feel like my cheeks have become somewhat muscular lately. Am I going to become muscle face shaped? Oh no, I'm a female. I want to have soft cheeks. Please help me, Fuchan Sensei. Bah. Did you know that the human body has 4 cheeks on it? You laughing and making the top cheeks hard does not change what most people care about, which is the bottom set of cheeks. I would prescribe squats, oats, a healthy regimen of thigh flexors. That'll help quite a bit. Other than that, I think you need to watch my Danganronpa stream and realize that everybody actually loves Sakura more than any other character. Sakura is love. Sakura is life. And Sakura will always have more muscle than you. If you think you can get more muscle than Sakura by laughing, you are fucking conceited. You need to start eating protein like it's a fucking toothpaste. You need to take a chicken, boil it, get that shit off the bone, crush it down, compact it, and snort that shit every morning. Squats, bench press, overhead press, deadlifts. Only then can you become Sakura. And then it won't look like your cheeks are muscly, because your body will be way more muscly, and your cheeks will be the least divine part of you. There you go. You don't eat toothpaste? That sounds like a you guys problem. Why would you waste it? Dr. Ovid, I enjoy a lot when one of my friends slaps me. I think it's cute. Is it my problem or is it normal? If not, how can I get her to slap me more? Damn, I wish that were me. Okay. Look at me. That's not a problem. Stop fucking humble bragging, you piece of shit. How dare you have a healthy relationship outside of the 2D world? Get the fuck out of here. Fuck you. And thank you for your time. My assistant at the reception will charge you 10 times the amount. And frankly, if you want to be slapped more, just share this kind of shit with them. Because frankly, I want to beat the fuck out of you. I actually want to murder you right now. I said that out loud. And now it's something that can be used against me in the court of law. But thankfully, there's this thing called Dr. Confidentiality. And you can't say shit. I record these sessions. They belong to me. You can't use them. Moving on. Hi, Doctor. I have a problem about my Osheep. My Osheep said he has booba, but there is no booba on his reference sheet. When I saw his reference sheet, I thought he has no booba. But on some official goods, he has booba. I'm confused. I don't know which is true. What do you think about it? Have you ever considered the fact that maybe your Osheep has been working out? That maybe the reference sheet was only there for the first time they ever debuted? And since then, they've become a much healthier person. They've begun eating salads and turkey sandwiches every day. Every day. They've been having healthy soups. They've been bulking up. They've been making sure to walk dog 3 times a day. They've been making sure to do squats. Not deadlifts, because their back's kind of fucked. Squats they can do. Overhead press. What's the other one called? Bicep curls. bench press. But maybe they're specifically trying to grow booba. Because an intimate relation with random people on the internet has given them horrific body issues. And so they've decided to better themselves as much as they can, rather than deal with their deep emotional problems of body dysmorphia and eating issues. Have you ever considered that? If anything, maybe you should consider the fact that most Oshis, as they are known, eventually get a second or third outfit, and things can change drastically. Do you remember Petra? Do you remember Selene? Do you remember Millie? Oh, that's not a good one. But she tried. She tried. I'll see you all at the bread store. First, I'll see you all at the squats and oats store. Hello, Dr. Ovid. I have this issue where I tell myself I'm going to keep watching the stream for just 10 more minutes, but I always end up watching for at least 3 more hours until it's over. What would you recommend to break this habit? Get a fucking watch. Who can't tell the time? Who the hell says I'm only going to be here for 10 minutes and stays for 3 hours? That is such a pathetic thing to do. Stick to your word. If you say you're going to be there for 10 minutes, leave after 10 minutes. God, I hate people that can't stay true to their word. And honestly, maybe you should just leave it as background noise. If it distracts you too much, I guess it's just too entertaining. But that's more of a you problem than anything else. Who would do that seriously? Yeah, pathetic, really. If somebody lies as easily as they breathe like that, should you really have them in your life? And if you do have them in your life, you've done that. That's on you. I don't know if this is a problem. Whenever I play an otome game / dating sim / whatever, I'm always very careful on choosing the route / boys route I'll play. Why did you... You already said it was otome. Anyway. Because I can't change it. Legit can't handle playing another route. I feel like I'm cheating on my boy or something. I see him while playing the other route and just stop and go back to my boy. Have you ever heard of NTR? Allow me to tell you of the wonders of NTR and the fact that most otome protagonists are 100% into it. If there is ever a case in a world where 5 to 10 people are chasing after one other person, they are fucking cocks. I'm sorry to tell you this. They enjoy that shit. They don't necessarily want to win the chase. They're not interested in you. They are interested in the competition with each other, and probably quite happy to lose it and move on to the next target. Frankly, it's embarrassing that you actually think 10 people would be interested in you and not just have deep, deep, deep psychological trauma of their own that they are dealing with in a fucked up way. You're not that interesting. You are not the protagonist of an otome game. And even if you were, that just shows how fucked up those people are, that they would all go after you at the same time, despite seemingly being friends and having relationships of their own. If you want to be with someone like that, that's up to you. But you need to cuck them so fucking hard. You don't know what's going to happen when you go down another route. You think you found the best route, but then guess what? The best route is locked behind you having to complete every other route and then get the fucking harem route. Or better yet, the mass murder route, if you find a yandere. That's the best route. You haven't even discovered it yet, because you're too busy locked down in only exploring one option and not getting to know everything else. Very sorry. I had to blow my nose. I was just so sickened by the idea of only fucking one person in an otome game. A game designed for you to fuck every single character and only then judge them. Pathetic. It's fantasy. It's fiction. Go nuts. and then live in your own mass delusions where you actually are attached to one character. I had a dream last night that on a bus, it was driving for a while through mountains and finally coming to a stop in a dark city I've never been to. The stop was brief since only 2 or 3 people boarded. I didn't really care for the strangers and turned back to looking out at the city. Ah, there you are. I whipped my head towards a voice and saw a man suddenly standing by the empty seat next to me. Nani? I didn't have time to finish the thought when he just sat down at the empty seat. Now that we've finally been up, I can start writing again since I know you won't interrupt me, he said while taking a slim black laptop and continued. Can you hold on to these while I work? He asked while handing me 2 sleep plushies. A black one and a white one. Sure, yeah, I uttered, unsurely while taking the cute soft toys from him. He smiled and turned back to his laptop, looked at a file, turned back to me, grabbed my neck, and I woke up. What do you think the dream means? I think he's telling you you're a fucking sheep and that you need to find a way to be yourself. The idea that you started on a bus probably means that you feel locked into a journey on life, that you don't feel like you're making your own journey, that you're just trapped on a route that you necessarily didn't want to be on, that you're going to have to do a lot of walking after that. The fact that you get off the bus and immediately get found by a man that you don't necessarily know, who immediately decides that you're a little bitch and tells you that you're not going to bother him from his writing and to hold these sheep, sounds pretty pathetic. Even in your dreams, you know you're a little beta baby bitch. And that's just sad. So what is your dream telling you? It's telling you to grow up, to become a shepherd, to get rid of the sheep inside of you and become a wolf. Get out into that world and hunt, and also maybe stop writing so much fan fiction. This is a therapy session. And frankly, I was alarmed by the number of people that couldn't fit things into 1,000 characters. Y'all are incredible writers. But that's not what this is about. Maybe a bit of protagonist syndrome too. Please do remember this isn't about you. Just, you know, do your best to be less pathetic in the future. Dr. Ovid. My fingernails naturally grow at a very fast pace, and being your average JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fan, I've developed a hobby over the years. My collection is quite extensive. At this point, I'm running out of storage for all the fingernail clippings. I can't bring myself to dispose of them, mostly out of fear at this point. I can't even have people over anymore because I'm scared they might try to steal my clippings from me. But storage is my main concern. I don't want to have to relocate the piss, Doctor. Oh, the piss drawer. But I don't know what else to do. I can't combine them since they would drown. Surely you understand. Hopefully you have some advice. You seem pretty well organized. Sincerely, Greg Bat. Yeah, you are definitely a fucking JoJo's fan. That is the most JoJo question I've ever fucking heard. Have you considered getting a bigger apartment? Or, and this is just an idea, have you considered moving to a colder climate where you could collect the piss, leave it outside in the cold to freeze, and then find a way to store it that was more solid? You could create an igloo out of it. You could expand your property by creating a piss igloo. And then you're not only continuing your collection, you're making more storage for your fingernails. You could make shelves out of the frozen block piss. Have you considered these things? Probably not, because you're thinking too normie. Far too normie. The sad thing about this is you probably thought, oh, this is going to be the most disgusting thing he's ever read. Not even close. You need to think harder. You only went for one bodily fluid and fingernails? Fucking amateur. Anyway, I hope your collection goes well. And maybe you should think about combining them. You're worried about drowning fingernails, but I'm pretty sure they don't need to breathe. Double storage is always an option. But more than anything, get a better job so you can buy a big apartment, move somewhere cold where you can freeze things, and live your best life. Hello, Fu-chan and my fellow confidants. Tucked deep inside the bottom drawer of my desk, oh, I know where this is going. You will find a pile of cards. Ah, I was wrong. This is no longer Piss Man. Birthday cards, get well soon cards, etc. Both handwritten and store-bought. Time to time, I find myself reading through the well wishes and congratulations. I treasure everything that is given to me. I truly do. My problem is, receiving gifts from people or when someone willingly does something for me scares me. If I accept a gift a little too enthusiastically, will that person think that I enjoy taking advantage of them? If I readily agree to a favor being done for me, does it seem like I'm cheating them? Is it really their pleasure, or do they secretly expect something in return? Don't get me wrong, I have infinite faith in humanity, but I can't help but question myself when I'm on the receiving end of kindness. What have I done to deserve such favor and affection? Am I wrong for being happy? Number one, you are a fucking liar. And I need you to admit that to yourself right now. You say you have infinite faith in humanity, and yet you cannot believe that somebody would just be very happy to do something for you. Terrible. Terrible. Number two, this feels more like a humble brag than anything else. The fact that you're sitting here telling me about all these well wishes that you get. Yeah, it feels like you're gloating. Number three, if you've managed to trick that many people into caring about you, you've done a good job. You don't have to be ashamed of that. We're all horrible people. So, you use those bitches. If anything, you use them even more. You ground them into the dirt beneath your heels. They probably like that. That's probably what they're into. More importantly than anything, just remember, everyone deserves kindness, especially if they're sending you notes, thank you notes, love letters, whatever. That clearly means you've done something for them. Even though you don't see it, you've probably actually helped them in some way. Some way better than you could actually help yourself, clearly. So, just remember that. If it makes you happy, that's all that matters. You treasuring those little bits of happiness shows that that's actually pretty decent as it is. Other people would be looking forward to the next thing, or to monetize said thing. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. My friend ditched me for your Danganronpa stream and lied about it. She only told me today. I feel seriously affected by this. I'm in need of a heartfelt apology. Joking? No, but for real. That sounds like a skill issue. Have you tried being more entertaining? Have you tried not being a basic bitch? Have you tried playing Danganronpa? Or have you tried getting better friends? I think we're going to need some serious sessions on this, because the fact that you blame the friend, when the friend felt the need to lie to you, why should the friend have to lie to you? How much are you utilizing, or how should I say, how much are you taking control of your friend's life that they feel like they have to lie to you to go have fun by themselves? How controlling are you? And are you yandere enough to make it sexy? If not, then you really need to stop. It's just not good. Maybe you could try watching it together, or maybe you could try just doing something more fun. Frankly, if they were watching my stream rather than hanging out with you, either they don't have good taste or you are just boring as shit. That's a them problem. And a you problem. But more than anything, I hope they're a part of the membership. Because if not, they bore me. I ditched my friend today for this stream. Good. I ditched my friends today for this stream. Dear Fulgur, I'm currently suffering for a terrifying, horrific trauma stemming from an event within the closing eve of the Lord's year 2021, November to be precise. On the 11th of said month, the video game Shin Megami Tensei 5 released. It was in fact mediocre. Horrifying, I know. Yeah, pretty mid. Years of anticipation wasted upon a mediocre product. Yet not as wasted as my educational prospects were by my crippling inability to get myself to do anything which has been a constant fixture in my life for the last 6 years or so. An issue that I like to pretend is in fact not destroying my life, as well as not being something I should urgently be seeking help for, as I severely lack the desire to do so in the first place. Anyway, back to video games. Dr. Ovid. How does one learn to quell the tides of cope within their heart, overcome their lack of trust, and learn to hope for good games once more? Yours sincerely, my useless gay-ass need of a flesh puppet. At least it's not Shenmue 3. True. True. It could be worse. It could be worse. It could be Alundra 2. Alundra being one of the best games of all time, and Alundra 2 being a steaming pile of shit that did not deserve to be called Alundra, had nothing to do with the main series, and probably just stole that name in some kind of strange business takeover. Anyway. Games always get better. You need to remember this. Graphics always get better. There are new ideas coming out. There will always be rip-offs. And sequels will always try to cash grab and fuck you over. Try to get out a quick buck. But there is always hope, especially in the indie world. So just remember, don't give up on that. When it comes to your crippling inability to do anything, that sounds like a you problem. And maybe you just need to get off your lazy ass and stop saying, oh, tomorrow I'll do this, today I'll play video games, and instead do some shit for yourself. Maybe make a video game. Have you considered going back to school? Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. But anyway, video games will always be there for you if you fail, time and time and time again. But they shouldn't be your main coping mechanism. My streams should. Hello, Doctor. Do you have any advice to become the ultimate tunie? This is a real problem. Okay, what I need you to do is go find Rosemi Lovelock, collapse down in front of her full-on Dogeza style, and ask her to become her student. Everybody thinks that I am the ultimate tunie. However, I need you to understand. Rosemi's second lore video was her revealing that she was the daughter of Satan, having a Maho Shoujo transformation, and destroying someone who is very clearly named after Devil Kazuya. You very clearly don't know what true tunie is. You need to free yourself from this thinking that somebody as cringe as me is tunie, and find someone more awesome, like Rosemi Lovelock, aka Wozemi-sama, daughter of Satan, thou who doth bloom in night, and frankly, the one who should do more streams related to her tuniness. Also, she has better ARGs than me. Frankly, I could never be on that level. We can all only aspire to be as tuny as Wozemi-sama. I can't even release a new chapter of Lagardas 505, because I have writer's block. Wubba lubba dub, is that true? Wozemi-sama. Dear Fuchan, if I may, I am a person who has a problem falling asleep. I found Fuchan's voice very relaxing, but I will be fully awake again the moment I unplug my earphones. What should I do to cultivate sleepiness while listening to Fuchan's voice and prevent my hearing from being affected by the phone/PC being turned off all night? Thank you, and have a good day. Don't unplug the earphones, forehead. Why do I have to explain that to you? You know there's this thing called autoplay on YouTube? You don't have to just watch one stream. Not to mention, I never don't raid someone. When I end, another one begins. Just charge your phone, charge your headphones, make sure they're well charged, and then you've got endless nighttime entertainment. And if you tell me you're going to go to sleep during my stream, I will make sure to send you to the loudest, cringest motherfucker I can on my list. I'll send you to Luca. He's not cringe, but I'd like to see you try to sleep through him. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. No one can sleep through Luca. Other than that, why are you placing your problems on me? There are so many better sleep aids out there. Frankly, my voice lulls you to sleep. That's a good thing. Use it that way. If you keep waking up during the night, that just sounds like a you problem. That sounds like a you problem. Anyway, false, I have slept to a Luca stream. You didn't sleep to a Luca stream. You passed out to a Luca stream. You cannot sleep through a Luca, not comfortably, not whatsoever. That is not possible. Luca is a good voice to sleep to. You okay? That's a challenge, sir. Yes, I challenge you. Go for it. Shu does? That's because Shu has to deal with him 24/7. He's built up an immunity. Luca punched me to sleep. Fake news. Again, that's unconsciousness. But fair enough. I've always been say-so my whole life, but watching VTubers made me open up to a world I never knew existed. And now I've become unsay-so to the point I understand a lot of dirty jokes. My friends say that I didn't understand before. It's not like I don't like it, but the change is kind of funny and weird. I can't express the right term. Is there still hope for me, Doc, to bring back my say-so-ness? No. Say-so-ness is not a sliding counter that can go left or right. When you become unsay-so, you have lost a part of your innocence. You have grown older. You have corrupted yourself. And you can never go back. Unfortunately, from now on, even when you watch cute, innocent things, you're going to have unsay-so thoughts. You're going to make jokes about them. And frankly, as long as you have the right people around you, they're going to laugh at them. If they don't laugh at them, you just need a new bunch of friends. There's nothing wrong with being around unsay-so people. There's nothing wrong with being around people that are a bit too hands-on. The only problem is when they start to rub off on you. Because they should have your consent before they start rubbing off on you. Then it's an actual police issue, and you should talk to the police. Maybe the VSF or the VTF, rather than me. I can't stop seeing the Among Us guy everywhere I go. Everything. Everything is sus. I thought I would be safe at home, but I was wrong. I stare at my wall and all I can see is him. I close my eyes and he's all I can picture in my mind. I thought I could calm my nerves by listening to some running water, but I think I looked in the bathroom mirror and now I look like Among Us too. I think I might have imposter syndrome. You don't have imposter syndrome. Don't be stupid. You're not good enough to be an imposter. Why did you think you could possibly be an imposter? You're a crewmate as fuck. You think you're an imposter? Nah. You need to stop being so full of yourself, get out of your own head, and just accept the fact. You're not an imposter. You will never be an imposter. Quit being an imposter. One time, some years ago, I fell into a muddy ditch with my bike, and people were just going past me like, the fuck are you doing? How do I get over the embarrassment that's still lingering when I'm trying to sleep? I need to tell you about... what's it called? Fuck. Shock therapy. Not that kind of shock. Well, no. I don't know the correct term. And frankly, suggesting shock therapy was probably a misstep. What I need you to do is go take your bike and ride it back to that ditch. And sleep in that ditch for the next couple of days. Exposure therapy. Thank you, chat. I am a licensed individual, by the way. So yes, I need you to ride your bike back over to that ditch, sleep there every day, and take pride in it. And when people drive by and try to embarrass you, when they laugh at you, I just need you to give them the middle finger. Or just sleep right on through it. You need to remember that they're just jealous because they're not sleeping in a ditch. They're jealous that they're driving around in cars and riding around in bikes and having to live boring old shitty life. You're off the beaten path. They're stuck on a road. They know where they're going. You're free to go wherever the fuck you want. They look at you and they fear you. They fear you because they know you're sleeping in this ditch and you could go anywhere tomorrow. Meanwhile, they'll be back at their boring, shitty house, with their boring, shitty family, with their terrible lives and terrible selves, having to deal with that all over again. Be better than them. And realize, sometimes sleeping in a ditch is the best way to climb out of life's problems. Hi, Fuchan. I need to talk to you about something. My favorite VTuber said short stream, and yet he does 5-hour streams. What's short about it? What do you think of a man who lies like he breathes? I feel like I'm going crazy being pushed around. Please save this stray sheep. What's short about it is your attention span. If you can't stay focused on a thing for 5 hours, why bother being there? Frankly, if you're worried about the fact that you get pushed around, maybe you should remember that you voluntarily choose to be there. That's completely on you. Perhaps you're a bit of a masochist who likes to be pushed around. Perhaps I should introduce you to our Minecraft special, the sheep. Or maybe you just wanted to be shamed in public like this. You put this out here knowing that I was going to tear this to pieces and hoping to get a few laughs. I'm proud of you. Proud of you for accepting that. I just hope you enjoy those streams in the future. If you don't, you're free to leave at any time. Believe me, nobody is going to care. I've been having nightmares where people would be talking, and a giant claw would suddenly manifest out of nowhere to grab one of us and force them to repeat whatever they say in public display. Sometimes they are even shamed by whatever's being controlling the claw, or perhaps by the sentient claw itself. I'd hear the chant, shame, 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 in surround sound, and then the shamed usually enjoys it. It's so bizarre. I feel like I shouldn't be seeing that. I wake up feeling scared and tainted. I have to keep telling myself it's not real. Nothing would hurt me like this, so I would function normally throughout the day before I have to go to sleep and face the nightmare again. I want it to stop. Help me, Doc. Please. Have you considered adapting the extraterrestrial option? The extraterrestrial option is best known from the very popular Pixar movie Toy Story. The extraterrestrial option involves bowing down to the claw, honoring the claw, thanking the claw, and frankly, giving everything to be summoned by the claw. The fact that you are having these dreams tells me that you're a bit obsessed. And frankly, it feels to me like maybe you're just jealous that you have not been grabbed by the claw. But now you have. Even though it's in an anonymous display. I do note your good writing style. I note that this is definitely a very shameful display. And you should be embarrassed for yourself. So here you go. Bad. Bad. Thank you very much. Hi, Fuchan and fellow confidants. I want to ask if there is a way to fix my phone that does not receive any messages on my birthday, so I can get wishes from friends next year. I don't want to talk to you. Dear Sir Ovid, I can't function well without boba in my system. One time I had my friend repeat her story about her love life. I usually give good advice despite being single for so long. Hence this is another problem for me, but whatever. For 3 times because I haven't drank boba that time. Please do prescribe me with another drink to keep me awake. Thank you. Have you ever heard of Red Bull mixed with vodka? That might keep you awake. That might keep you awake. At the same time, what I really want to talk about is the fact that all of your friends come to you for advice, and you've been the single one. That's kind of weird, right? That's kind of the opposite of how it should go. Anyway, don't drink Red Bull and vodka. It's a bad idea. It would destroy your system. Even I can't prescribe that. As a licensed individual. Someone's gonna have permanent sleep after that? Yeah, they will. Yeah, they will. It's a bad choice. I'm a dog living with a sheep and a cyborg. My friend Cyborg is a good guy, but he often stays in his room and talks endlessly by himself. Is he okay? Are all cyborgs like that? The other day he called me over to where he was talking by himself. There were just shiny boards there and I still didn't know what he was doing. The chicken was good though. How the fuck would a dog type a message? Their paws do not work that way. They don't have fingers. Paws don't work on like touch screens, and keyboards are way too small for a dog. This is a stupid fake question. However, I am proud of you, previous question, for finally choosing to become a dog. I do need to know, which route did you go? You have the full fursuit? You just have the collar and some ears? Did you get a tail? And is it a clip-on? Or the other way? I'm proud of you living your best life. In all ways other than physical, they have become a dog. And they are creating fictional fantasies of living with a cyborg. And being fed chicken. Hi, Fu-chan. I was bored last week and I cut my bangs too short. Now I look ridiculous and I don't know how to style it. Any funny way to style it? Oh. I look like the character from The Incredibles. Edna? Edna's hair is fucking cool. That's called a Hime cut. How fucking dare you insult a Hime cut? Do you want to fucking fight? Do you want to fucking throw down? That shit's adorable. However, if you can't pull it off, that is a you problem. In which case, you should just shave your head off completely. Not shave your head off. That sounds like murder. Shave your hair off is what I meant. And then you can let it grow back in. Best thing about this is it will give you a lot more self-worth, because you'll realize that there are worse things than having a slightly bad haircut, which is having no hair at all, which slowly grows back in. Maybe then you'll come to respect the Hime cut and what it symbolizes. Pathetic pleb. Hello, Fu-chan. Therapy intimidates me. However, I shall give terrible therapy a shot. I'm a positive person overall. I don't cry, often nor in front of others. And if I do feel upset, I look on the positive side. I can't even remember the last time I was genuinely angry or sad. And that's a good thing, I'd like to think. To my fellow confidants, life is short, so try to spend as much of it being happy. It's truly the least you deserve. There's a reason why I chose to adopt this positive mindset. I don't want to let the negativity take over my life again. However, I worry that I'm simply lying to myself. There's a part of me that wants to be sad, be angry, not be positive all the time. I'm scared to let my true feelings show. I want to be the person others can rely on, not have them feel responsible for comforting me. I build this facade and I need to stick with it. Sorry for getting so deep so suddenly. Send my love to everyone in chat. That is one of the more pathetic things I have ever read. How is it that at the same time, you try to make everybody feel bad by showing how positive you are, and then you manage to break down immediately and tell everyone that, in fact, you don't feel positive at all. You feel like shit and you're putting on a facade. That is just the most pathetic thing you can do. It's the same as those people that like pretend they're going to keep something hidden from people for the good of them and then keep hinting at it. because they desperately want someone else to know to share in their pain. That's not trying to hide something from someone. That's begging for attention. What you're doing right now is begging for attention, and at the same time, pretending you're doing it in a positive way. Frankly, I'd rather you bitched and moaned and cried like a little baby that you are, than pretended that you were some strong individual that can keep it held up above everything else. Perhaps you should go drink your milk, eat your baby food, change into a diaper, and whine like a little bitch somewhere else. And then you can come back in a few months when you've realized that all humans have bad days. All humans are allowed to be sad. We can all accept that fact. And we just need to treat each other with decency when we all break down. And you're not better than anyone just because you pretend to be happy all the time. Frankly, that just annoys people. Dear Dr. Ovid, I'm asking for my totally real existing friend for help. You see, after watching her Oshi petting and baby talking with his doggo called Dog on stream, they started doing weird things. I caught them screaming to a screen of a Borg singing with a doggo in joy, saying stuff like, I'm the good boy, and they just started to practice how to bark to a screen. They are now asking me where are the adoption applications. Doctor, how do I become a dog? Asking for a friend. We've gotten this question a lot recently. I think I need to make a macro just to let people know. You think I could get sponsored by like a furry store? Have Fulgur Ovid exclusive wolf ears, wolf tails, collars. I'd quite like that. I'd quite like that. Did hell of a tie-in. Other than that, your friend sounds really cool. Doggos are better than humans. And maybe you should just go ahead with that. I enjoy eating rice with ketchup. That is disgusting. That is despicable. And frankly, I don't give a flying fuck what you eat. Why did you decide to send this in? I am horrified because there is no nutrition in that. Other than that, I don't care what you do to your body. Just don't put it in my face. Because that requires consent. Sometimes I like to put cocoa powder into my bathtub, fill it with hot water, and then just float in it and pretend to be a little marshmallow. That's not a problem. That is a solution to all of life's problems. A lot of my patients think that they're leveling up by becoming a dog. You've gone one level beyond. You have decided to become insentient. You have decided to become a cup of cocoa. Or at least the marshmallow within a cocoa. Which is even more calming because then I'd imagine you're floating. Sounds better. You literally have taken the weight off of your body. You are weightless. You are free. I am proud of you. Return to marshmallow. Fufu, tell me how to forget someone. I'm having trouble to move on from my ex-crush. I had a crush on him 7 years ago, and we've already lost contact since 6 years ago. We used to be close friends, but because he had a girlfriend, he kind of pushed me away. Now I actually don't have any feelings towards him anymore, but I just miss him. Whenever I listen to sad love, broken heart songs, it's reminding me of him. Can I miss you instead? Sure. You have to leave to miss me. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. Quit watching the streams and go miss me. As for the idea of you not having any feelings for someone and then complaining about missing them, you may need to see an actual therapist. Those are two conflicting things. And I'm worried about you. I'm worried for your mental health. I'm very happy for the person who got away from you, though. It sounds like they dodged a bullet. I hope you have another happy 7 years missing me. Dear Dr. Ovid. Hello, Dr. Ovid. I found you through recommendation from my fellow sheep. I'm an average student sheep who sleeps 5 hours a day, but I noticed a critical condition of mine starting from 9 months ago, after I watched a certain cyborg playing games. I think I may suffer from oversleep. Whoops. This is not normal for a student sheep. No student sheep sleeps for more than 8 hours. That's concerning. I slept even through roaring battle cries, eerie ghost screams, and endearing kettle sounds. I just want to watch a cyborg play games until the end, but my brain shuts down. Maybe that cyborg cast a spell upon me with his voice. What can I do, Doctor? Please help me. I will pay you in exposure, I promise. Lovely. Paid in exposure. Fucking love YouTubers. Social media influencers. If you feel like you're falling asleep every time you watch a cyborg, have you considered building some sort of contraption involving a timer and a taser? And then roughly every 15 minutes, the contraption will electrocute you somewhere on your body. You choose where you want it to be. That way, every time you think you're going to fall asleep, taser, you're awake. And that way, you can get the whole way through the stream. Possibly, the whole way through 6 hours. And then you'll only have 2 hours of sleep. And then you'll have too little sleep. Sounds like a good time, right? There you go. Maybe watch the stream in the bathtub. That's a bad idea. If you fall asleep in a bathtub, you're not waking up. Maybe watch the stream on a bouncy castle. Maybe watch the stream while exercising. Maybe don't watch the stream. Maybe only watch the stream when you're ready to go to sleep. Any of these are options, except for the bathtub one. Bathtub's a bad plan. Yes, I have mommy issues, so let me be your kid, please, please, please. I want to hug you like my mom. I want you to read me the storybook like my mom. I want you to hold my hand to school like my mom. I want you to teach me homework like my mom. I want to pass through your birth canal. Don't blame me. Blame the society that makes me had a childhood without enough maternal love. I am your mother. I was the one who abandoned you as a child. I was the one who hurt you. And I'm not coming back. After I forged the driver's license for Fulgur Ovid for protecting privacy, I could see so many ghosts around me. It makes my face feel so much pressure. It makes me face so much pressure. They always tell me they were dead for the car accident caused by Fulgur Ovid. And it continues to increase. How to end this situation? Quit being such a little bitch. Have you ever heard of the Winchester House? You see, the Winchester House was built by Mary Winchester, who was married to the man who made the first Winchester rifle, who apparently became haunted by the ghosts of people who were killed by the rifle. So, what I'd suggest is building a house and never ending construction on it. You have to keep building corridors that lead to nothing. You have to build doors that lead out into the absence of the void. You have to make sure that there are stairs that lead up into a solid fucking floor. And eventually, you'll get yourself a tourist attraction. And everybody will make a legend out of the not quite sane person who forged a license. Frankly, if you're feeling that much regret over forging a license, maybe you shouldn't be in this business. Maybe you shouldn't do that. Not just a movie, it's real. Who said it was a movie? It's real. She built that house. She really thought she was being haunted. and she basically financed several contractors for their lives. Frankly, I think they were taking advantage of a mentally ill woman. I think it was all a racket, and I feel bad for her. Everyone thinks I'm a furry. This wouldn't be a problem if I was, no shame. But I'm not a furry. I'm a scaly. They think I'm a Lola Bunny Space Jam or Lugosi Beastars kind of guy. But I'm more Hrasvelger FF14, Spyro the Dragon, Thane Krios Mass Effect, or Red Prince Divinity 2. Every time I try to clarify this, everyone goes, yeah, sure, buddy, and assumes I'm being shy. But I'm not. I just want them to understand. On my birthday, my best friend said, "It's alright, I know what you are," and carted out a full-body Sandy Cheeks fursuit. It cost her over $2,000, so I felt bad and wore it for the rest of the party. Everyone kept playing along and bending over saying, "Oh, please don't sand these cheeks." But all the while, I was thinking about how great it would be if I was in a Charizard suit instead. It's been going on for so long, it feels like I would betray people by finally putting my foot down. But I can't keep living a lie. Please help. Sincerely, Lizard in sheep's clothing. This is a textbook example of you just needing to take control of your own life. I feel bad that your friends are doing this to you. It seems like they are trying to gaslight you. It seems like they're trying to hurt you. And you need to just show them that they're wrong. You need to get yourself that scaly costume. And you need to absolutely dominate them. Because remember, all furries fear the scalies. Although if there is one problem that I have with this, it's the fact that you go both cartoon scaly and realistic scaly. You need to pick a lane. Are you going to have one of those shitty scaly costumes that's basically just a furry fucking costume anyway, like a Charizard or a Spyro? Or are you going to go the whole way and get a hyper-realistic fake makeup scales, scale armor kind of shit that absolutely hurts people if they try to touch you? Frankly, I prefer the second one. People fear the true scaly. Otherwise, you're just a soft scaly. You're a hard furry. And that's boring. It's just a furry. Any advice on how to explain to my friends that I'm into yandere guys without sounding like a complete and utter psycho? For one thing, you can know the difference between with or without. For another thing, there's nothing wrong with being into yandere guys as long as it's through fiction. Yandere guys are fine. They're a good way to take your mind off of the world's problems. Sometimes you just want to be shoved in a cage and treated like a pet. Sometimes you want somebody to tell you, the only thing that matters in life is my love. And if you try to do anything against that, I will kill everyone you care about and then ourselves. That's fine. That's fine. As long as it's in fiction. If it's not in fiction, it is a pretty big problem and you need to separate the ideas of fiction and reality. There's this thing called RPing, where you can get all the fun of fiction without any of the homicidal and self-destructive tendencies of fiction. But in general, I think you just need to stop being such a bitch and admit to what you like. Because frankly, if everybody in the world admitted to what they liked, people would be a whole lot less weird to each other admitting their weird fetishes. Because everybody has weird fetishes. Especially the people who kink shame. The people who kink shame have the weirdest fucking fetishes that they can't talk about. And that's why they kink shame everyone else. Because they have to hide their shit because it's probably illegal in most states, immoral in every level of reality, and going to end up with them in a hospital or dead. That's a them problem, but they make it an us problem. Don't deal with them. I'm simping for too many anime PNGs. How do I become normal again? What is normal? What do you define as normal? Do you want to be normal? Normal would be completely average. Normal would be somebody who has an average intelligence, average looks, an average life, average lifespan, average health. Do you know what average health looks like? Do you know what average health looks like? There are people in good health. There are people in bad health. Average health is pretty fucked up. When you take the, like, drastic badness that some people live through and you median range that, yeah, you're still probably in some pain. You're still probably dealing with some issues. Normal is boring. But the question is, how unnormal can you become? How many anime PNGs can you collect? Can you marry one? Can you print them out and create a life-size stand? Can you learn a skill? Can you begin sculpting them into 3D? Frankly, I haven't seen many people go to the full degree of buying a stone block and sculpting a 3D anime boy into real life. Preferably with life-size junk. You need to get over this whole normal thing and instead lean into the abnormal and realize that somewhere along the way, you're probably a pretty basic bitch anyway. Everyone's into anime PNGs and you're not special. I keep giving money to random anime looking motherfuckers on the internet, and now I can't afford to feed my pet rocks. A little budgeting advice would be helpful. Please, my pebbles are dying. Did you know you can find more rocks in the world? There are rocks everywhere. And you don't feed pet rocks. The only way to feed a pet rock... I'm not going to say that. Oh, fuck. You cannot feed a pet rock. You can only milk a pet rock. If you know the Irish legend of Finn McCool, then you know that you can actually squeeze a rock so hard that milk comes out of it. Yes, that is a fact. Look it up. Irish mythology is fucking cool. You, on the other hand, are wasting your time treating rocks like pets. They will never love you. They will never care for you. It's the same as having a cat, but less vocal. Maybe you should just stop donating your money to anime-looking motherfuckers and find better pets. Ones that will care for you. Ones that will acknowledge you. Ones that won't take your problem and use it for content, which then everybody will laugh at. Stop attacking the cat. You know what? That's how you feed a rock. Bludgeon a cat. Let's not do that. That's mean. Cats are fine. Cats are fine. Dear Fuchan, send help. I'm currently stuck in level 12853 in Candy Crush for months now, after I've been thinking so much about it that I've been dreaming about it. Should I give in and break my free-to-play streak of 9 years of playing, or should I hold back? DY. If you dare to give any money to Candy Crush, you better leave here right now, because that's a problem. That's a slippery slope. As soon as you've given some money to Candy Crush, they have you forever. Frankly, the fact that you've been playing for 9 years and haven't paid anything is an achievement, and they should write about you in the newspapers. But if you give up now, absolutely pathetic. It's done nothing. That's 9 years of your life wasted. I don't care if you've been stuck on this level for a week, a month, or even a year. You need to keep fucking going. And also, become better at Candy Crush. Yes. Maybe play a different game. Maybe message the Candy Crush people. I'm sure they'd love to hear that you've been playing their game for 9 years for free. They might do a little news story about you. Maybe try Farmville. I hear that's very free-to-play friendly. They only want your money. The walls in my apartment are very thin, and I don't like the music my neighbors are playing. What should I do? Oh, I know exactly what to do. Have you ever heard of having very noisy sex to try and piss off your neighbors? I gave this advice a long time ago to one of my friends, and now people are paying me about the fact that they're now having sex so loud in front of other people. It's perfect. It's a racketeering scheme. So what I need you to do is start playing very loud sexual noises. You don't even actually have to have sex. That's the beauty of it. And eventually, your neighbor will stop playing the music and regret their decisions in life. And then they'll seek therapy and start paying me. And then I continue this circle of vengeance. Psychosexual circle, I call it. A circle jerk, if you would. The only difference is all the proceeds go to me. Google, you know. Sir, I found that I fell in love with a person with no cure, and his name is Alan Bink. Oh my god, I miss him all the time. His dark and smooth black hair, and his ruby eyes. Oh my god. How can I describe my thoughts? He's like a beautiful dish. I dare to be sure that his abdomen is as smooth as cream. His thighs are so strong and powerful. Just need to marinate it and slowly fried and roasted. Ah, delicious. I really love him, so that if he wants to bite, I want to bite his bones and swallow his belly. Oh, doctor, what should I do? I don't know this Alan Bink, but I get the feeling that you're perfect for him. I feel like you should take him out for dinner and see what happens. Just see where it leads you. It sounds like this is going to be a very healthy relationship. Certainly don't feel like either of you will end up consuming the other. I feel like it'll be a mutual balance. Have you ever seen the number 69? I feel like that's how that would work out. It would balance evenly, except eventually. No, it would be more like an Ouroboros rather than a 69. Eventually, everything would be consumed. It would be a very interesting ending. So my parents are always being lovey-dovey, kissy-smoochy in front of us, and honestly, I enjoy watching them make out. Actually, I don't think there's a problem. Never mind. I'm gonna have a fucking field day with you. Okay. I need you to Google Freud. I need you to Google Freud, and then I need you to Google let's see, Electra, and what's the other one? The mommy one. You know what? It's fine. Just let's set up some sessions. Orpheus, no, Oedipus. Yes, Oedipus. Oedipus, Electra, Freud, and then, honestly, once you've Googled Freud, that's enough. Just come back every day. I'll just read you a textbook. Just pay me. Just pay me, and I'm sure I'll cure you. There is a problem. I assure you there is a problem. Uchan, I think I read too much BL. I'm a literature major, and people expect me to be a pompous bitch. As literature majors do. But I feel like the more spicy BL I read, the more my brain regresses into Ooga Booga. Please help. That's not a you problem. That's an everyone else problem. If anything, you should become stronger into BL. You should become more of a pompous bitch to the point where you rewrite literature classics as BL. Rewrite, I don't know, A Christmas Carol. But instead, have Scrooge fuck his good old friend Marley. I'm trying to think of classic literature, and right now my head's going blank. And you know what's going to happen? The pompous bitch literature majors are going to start shitting on me. Yeah, rewrite Romeo and Juliet. But instead, Romeo and Tybalt are playing with each other's rapiers. Do you bite thy thumb at me, boy? No. I suck my finger at you. There you go. Do that. Make your own literature. Make it high class. Make everyone love it. And also, make it gay as fucking fuck. Good morning, doctor. I wish you have a good day. I made an appointment with you before, and now here I am, hoping to get a solution to my problem. I'm still afraid of taking photos, looking into mirrors, or other things like these, simply because I'm way too beautiful. And I have heard the story of that young man named Narcissus. Fuck. I love Greek literature. I was about to aim at that. Don't believe me when I say I'm beautiful. The color of my long hair changes with my mood. It turns blue whenever I feel sad, and it turns red when I am angry. When I cry, my tears will turn into pearls in a second, because according to my mother, my grandmother was a mermaid. Anyway, that should be enough for you to picture how beautiful I am. I really want to deal with my mental problems. Can't wait to hear your diagnosis. Wish you all the best, doctor. My diagnosis is that we should watch some sad movies together. I feel like you need to cry more. And you need to cry more around me. And hopefully, you won't mind me taking the pearls. Other than that, I think you're an arrogant, stuck-up bitch. I think you're way too full of yourself. You probably think you're an interesting person by writing all of this, but deep, deep down, this is just a fictional world you've escaped to. And I'm proud of you for that. Just give me the pearls. Just give me the pearls. Dr. Ovid, I'm having insomnia because of this question. Please help me. The hellhound Cerberus has 3 heads. If the 3-headed Cerberus were to have a brain stroke, would he have it in all 3 of his heads, or just one? What would he look like? I can't sleep without an answer. Help me. You think the issue is one of wondering how would Cerberus have a stroke? The issue is the fact that you're imagining a lovable hellhound having a stroke, having a debilitating health condition, possibly almost dying, possibly never getting better, having brain damage, not being able to move properly. You are a horrible person. And frankly, I think you should feel bad. Other than that, if you actually find out what a stroke is, I'll drop some medical knowledge on you right now. A stroke is actually when a blood vessel in the brain is damaged in some way, either by some sort of thrombosis, some sort of blockage which tears it, or by blood pressure building up and making it burst. If Cerberus has 3 brains, it doesn't matter. The fact is the stroke is going to happen in one of the brains in one of the blood vessels. This was a stupid question you could have Googled very easily. And I hope Cerberus finds you when you go to hell and tears you limb from limb, all while not having a stroke. Hello, Dr. Ovid. There's this doctor that's obviously a fake-ass therapist with their fake licenses, but I still want to continue therapy because of his funny laugh. I think that my problem, but I do know, could also be his fault for being so cute. I don't know what you mean. If a therapist laughs, he's not a good therapist. Why would you laugh at someone when they're trying to explain their deep-seated trauma and issues to you? I would never do that. And therefore, you should just stay with me as your therapist. Keep giving me money and telling me your problems. I will never laugh at you. And I'm not cute. Let's book in 3 more sessions for this week. 5 more next week. It's coming up to Christmas. I need a bit of a bonus. I'll see you then. Hey, Doc. As I am writing this, my friend just finished proposing to his partner, which now officially makes me the last single guy out of our whole friend group. Congratulations! To top it all off, the 2 people I found myself attracted to for the first time in years are also engaged. Hot. We are also in our 2nd year of university. What is up with all these people getting engaged when I haven't even had my first kiss yet? Anyways, if you have any advice on how to navigate single life surrounded by a bunch of love-struck people, or if you know how to get engaged in less than 10 months, it would be greatly appreciated. This is a terrible question. You are living your best life right now, having fun as a single person, and you want to ruin that? You want to fuck that up? Not to mention, you're all in your 2nd year of university and everybody's already married? That's a problem for them. Do you understand that you don't truly become who you're going to be in life until at least like 5 years after university? You aren't even in the real fucking world yet. Do you know how quickly they're going to get divorced? And that's when you swoop in. That's when you fuck every single one of them. As long as, you know, you're interested in them. I'm not suggesting you go out of your way to hate fuck people. Just fuck the people you're actually interested in, one by one, as they break up in about 2 to 3 years. Maybe 5 if they're lucky. University students, yeah, 5 maximum. And then you're going to be able to collect the whole spectrum. You're going to see exactly what they were like, what their sex lives were like. You're going to know them more intimately than they know each other. And frankly, then you can choose which one you want to keep. Or, better idea, continue to be single. And use what you've learned to fuck more people, even better. You are a child. You are not out of university yet. Quit acting like an adult, you spoiled little bitch. And have fun being single. They are going to regret their decisions very soon. No matter what I do, I can't download Genshin. I want to play so bad, but ever since the Sumeru update, I can't download it on anything. My phone? Broke. My iPad? Not enough space no matter what. My laptop? Also not enough space. Maybe it's for the better so I don't spend $50 trying to get a character I want in a fictional online game again. $50. $50. Do you know how much I spent trying to get Zhongli? Fuck that game. Fuck gacha. That's not a problem right there. That's an intervention from a higher power trying to save you. And you're lucky. Hello, Dr. Ovid. So this doctor that obviously... That's the same question again. I take it this was the point last night where people started debuting and I got distracted because Zion was very funny and very energetic. And I have doubled up one of my therapy questions. I'm embarrassed. I feel bad. I've let you all down. But we can move on from this. And that's an important learning lesson right here. Everyone makes mistakes. It's why pencils have erasers. It's why we scapegoat against other people, blame them for things, and continue living our lives as if nothing ever happened. It's why every time something bad happens to someone you like, you deflect by saying, oh, but what about this thing that this other person did? And move on with your life and pretend everything is good. That's what we do. And look at that. The question has changed. While I was zoomed in, you didn't even notice it, did you? You didn't even notice it. Now we gaslight. I never do anything wrong. I'm a therapist. Licensed. If you think I did anything wrong, it's because you either had a delusion or you're just a bad person and I can't save you, but I can try. We've restarted from the beginning somehow. That was definitely not the final question. This is very strange. Wow. Let me just check something real quick. What the actual fuck? You know what? You didn't see shit. You didn't see shit.